Holy moly. I actually did it. I'm actually freaking learning how to do this. I'm actually learning how to do this, people. I'm actually learning how to do this. Is anyone on here now? Anyone on here now? I'm freaking learning how to do this, people. What's going on? Who's on here now? Who's on here? I'm so excited. I'm learning all of this stuff, people, as I go on. What's my answer? Hope all is well. Is that Jim O'Reilly in the house? Is that him? What's happening? You know what? I'm gonna start needing glasses now. I'm as blind as a bat. I won't lie. I'm trying to be cool and save my sexy eyes, but it seems like it's not really working. So now I gotta kind of zoom everything in. I got my this is on like grandma screen. Like everything's bigger. I enlarged everything, so just make it look a little bigger for my eyes. Sorry I'm late. I was actually talking on another video, but it seems like I found out how to get onto this one, which is really an awesome thing. Later on, I'm going to try to find out how to bring people on. I don't know how to really bring anyone on. I got to really learn how to do that too. I guess sometimes if people just invite themselves, maybe, or just probably just come on and I see them on, maybe I can click on their name and invite them. Maybe I think that's how it's done. Um, I'm not really sure about it. I hope I learn how to do it. Get to it and really get it going. Um, Welcome to live chat. KB, it's early in the morning where I am and continue drawing my comic while I'm listening to you. You're doing great with live stream. Keep up. Oh my God, you're like my best friend now, KPR. You're my best friend. You're my best friend in the world. Thank you so much. I got some real cool. Let me tell you, folks. I don't know if you can hear this. It's music that I go to sleep with at night. I used to listen to this. Actually, I did listen to it when I was in Vietnam. I traveled in Vietnam. I used to work there, and I was there for about like 7, 8 months. I used to hear the rain fall. The rain was massive over there in Vietnam. I was in Dong Nai in Hanoi, but mostly Dong Nai, a small little village. And the rain would hit the big like leaves on the trees, the palm tree, like and it would sing like this, make this beautiful lullaby. It was amazing. KP's like, shut up, don't want to hear about no darn trees and leaves. But very excited about that. It was a beautiful time in my life right there. I've been to 12 different. I've been to China, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, Canada. I've been to England. I've been more places than that. I know that. Singapore. I've been to Hawaii and Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, and I've been so many places. It's been a blessing. And when I went there, I didn't go for like a week or two. I went to so many places. It was absolutely amazing. It was beautiful. I highly recommend people, if you get a chance to travel. I think it really broadened my mind and my horizon on how I feel about people and life and culture. I Before I was really traveling, I just knew about the states, and that was really about it. And I think actually I was over in Haiti, Port-au-Prince, 2 years before the massive earthquake they had. You believe that? Beautiful place over there. Dominican Republic, all the places are nice. Let's talk some Limitless comics, okay? Like I was saying before, I love Indiegogo. Indiegogo is an amazing, amazing crowdfunding platform. Just sometimes some things are not made for people, and I don't think it's made for me. The reason why I say this is because I tried twice to do Indiegogo, and the two times I tried, I made 10% of what I made off of Kickstarters. Number one. Number two, one time it took me 5.5 weeks to get my money, and this one almost took me 7. So, I have to keep calling them, messaging them, talking to their customer service. So probably sometimes when things are kind of broke, it's not really try to fix it, just let it go. I love Indiegogo. Indiegogo is an amazing platform. It's got amazing people. And when you think about that, you think about Comicsgate. Comicsgate, Indiegogo. Indiegogo, Comicsgate. They go hand in hand. I'm not sitting up here to say anything about it. It's a great thing. I think it's like kind of like a frat, like a sorority in the school. Comicsgate is cool. They got the powerhouses of the powerhouses and power of freedom, and they do everything over there. It's amazing. I don't know if it's really for me because the main people I know over there is your boy Zach. I know EVS and Dan Fragger and Shay the Red. The problem is everyone is freaking putting their head up their butt so much that they can't really talk to everyone. They can't communicate with everyone because everyone's like, "Hi, Dan Fraga, how you doing? Good to see you. Listen, I just can you do it for me? I got a great comic book coming out." Or EBS, "Hey EBS, listen, I seen you 3 years ago. You're great. I was wondering, I have this story I'm going to work on." So it's kind of hard to see the people who have been in the game and the people who just decided to create comic books 6 months ago. Do you know since the Avengers came out, not the last Avengers, the one before this, um, do you know how many people decided to create comic books? Thousands of comic book companies came after that Avengers because the first Avengers actually, when the Hulk, when they were fighting the first of the creatures and the city, um, everybody was seeing that and then said, "I want to create comic books." So they got their friends together, they got their friends together, they got money together, and they hired artists, they hired colorists, they had extra money. They said, "You know what? Let me hire this guy who used to work with Marvel, this guy used to work with DC, this guy used to work with Image or Dark Horse." And they all put together a kind of cool storyline. And they said, "Let's make breast, let's make nudity, let's make scantily clad women, let's make, all this stuff people will buy." And unfortunately, people did buy. And what happened with the people who've been creating independent comic books for 15 years, whatever, who are still trying to make their point and get up there? It's really hard for people like us, because me, Jerry Jones, Wyrie Wong, Ben Jakal, we're from an era of old. We're from days of old. We're out there where way before Superman died, before there was a Spawn, before we were out there when the Marvel Comics Contest of Champions came out. If you guys don't remember that, that was the first ever limited series for Marvel, I believe, called Contest of Champions. And I have it, by the way. Thank you very much. Um, and we've been doing comic books since then and drawing and building. And it seems like sometimes I kind of think, and I talk to Jerry and I say, "Is our time done? Are the dinosaurs supposed to just walk off the cliff and just go into the elephant graveyard or whatever and just sleep the endless sleep and let the young guns come over and just let them do their thing?" And then I say, "Hell no, I don't want to." And why? Because of things like this. When I see awesome books that we created, I love this book so much, man. This Solo 88, if you folks haven't got it, this is the Valkyrie cover. Hard for me to say his name. Valerie Ike did the cover. Um, and he did a marvelous job on it. I love it. This one is actually I want to show you is this one, the standard one there. It's the blue, and then the depth red one is there, which I simply love. I love the eyes and the guns and the smoke coming from it. Every time I see this book, I just get so blown away. Just right off at the first page, I just go with Katie, just wax the rat. I simply love this book. I got, and it's got the variant covers. So when you look at that book, and then you see the blank cover. Plus, we have the 88 down the bottom. A lot of people, when they have a blank cover, they usually put something up in the top, the title up top. We just kind of wanted to do a bottom right there. Um, and do that. So we hope you guys kind of dig that one. I love this one. That Steel 8 like that Jerry did was amazing. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have. I'm going to show you these now before I get into talking. Um, this right here, there's two types of these. This one is, no, I don't have the other one here, unfortunately. But this one right here is by Wiley Wong and Rudy Ayo painted it. I love this one. A lot of people say, oh man, it's kind of like the Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. I'm like, oh no, don't say that. But if you look up here in the corner, a lot of people see it says Limitless Comics. I didn't even tell Rudy to do that. Rudy's just freaking outstanding, isn't he? You can see like the stitching um, on the bags, the sashes. I love it. You know, I love it. Joe Galicia did a black and white. I just wanted to keep it black and white. I didn't want to get all crazy and start doing all of that, all the color stuff. There's some art that needs color. Believe me, my realms needs color. And then there's some books that don't need color. The Muffin Man and Solo 88 don't need color. And then I have, okay, okay. Yeah, she got her mask on and her cape. What do you think? I freaking love this thirst right here. This is on the Muffin Man book as well. This is the Ultra Variant cover right here. I love this one, and I really dig it. I love it so much. The cover. I keep a lot of them for myself right there. Um, Julio, I don't know who that name is. I have to ask. I have to ask Rudy. I have to ask Jerry. Here is the foil cover one. Look at that. Here's it. I hope you guys like that one. I have the skull and the candles. Once again, a lot of people ask about her. She's half voodoo princess and half vampire, thanks to her DNA. So she's a mixed up, cuckoo, crazy girl, but she's going to really end up hooking up and dealing with. 88 is going to take a real liking to her. She's about 24 years old, and she's coming to age with herself. And I'll tell you guys something. I'll tell you a little something. I won't tell you too much, but the reason why she has the mask on is because she hungered for blood a lot. She hungered for blood, blood, blood. And she was actually raised by a caravan of voodoo priests. And they actually made this mask, and the strings there are basically a binder that keeps her hunger for blood intact. So when it's stitched up, it's like stitching up her hunger, basically. A lot of people wanted to know about that. So you guys just heard it here live. What do you think? Yeah, so that's why it's stitched up to hold in her hunger, basically. But the sad news is she's eventually going to have to take off that mask. And when she takes off the mask, it's basically her her DNA, her vampire instincts kicking more than the voodoo, more, and it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, she knows a couple of spells. She knows a couple of things, a little tricks here and there. Nothing too heavy, but she's mostly vampire, and she has the instinct where yeah, she can kind of jump, she can kind of blink in with this, disappear here and there. Like you talk and you say, well, where the heck is she? Yeah, because she disappeared. She can do that. Very quiet, can sneak up on you. Can't really be hurt by bullets and stuff like that, really. Can't really die too much. She can stay out in the daytime because that the voodoo, the Dracula, the vampire part of her is really dormant. But if she takes off that mask and the binding, the blood binding stitches is not on there, well, then there's going to be some damn problems. So you'll see what happens later on when she takes off the mask, how her transformation happens. It's kind of funky. Um, Not only that, what's going to happen with Thirst is she's young. Um, she really didn't want to be a superhero. She kind of came into it. She's not a superhero. She's not waging vengeance. She's just someone who's just sick and tired of the crap. So this suit that she has, actually, she designed this suit herself. Um, but the mask, the binding string, the mask is from the voodoo priest. And all of them are pretty much slaughtered and dead. And you should know by now who killed them all. This is why she's starting to wage war on, basically, has something to do with the sanctifier. Now, he's the baddest man on the planet, this guy. So she's going to actually be on the hunt for him. And on her quest of hunting for the sanctifier, she's going to be running into different characters. And like most heroes who are new, or most people who have powers, she kind of want to test herself. So this is why she's not trying to fight to win or to help the city. She wants to test her limits against other people, other villains or heroes. So this is what she's going to do. She's going to be turning down numerous pleas for 88. He wants her to join, and he can help her with new technology, learn how to fight better, how to use what powers she have better. But she just doesn't want to be bothered with the whole team thing. She doesn't want to answer nobody. So it's gonna get really funky on there, people. Really funky on there. Here is the guy called the Contractor. That's going to be up in the Solo 88 book, and he's also going to be in a couple of other books. I can't say it. You have to wait for the book to come out. Basically, write the contract up, put the right amount of money and zeros on it, and he'll pretty much damn near whack anybody you want. Pretty much an English type guy, contractor. He's a real bad dude. I have a question, Anthony. How big is the Limitless universe? So far, if I recall correctly, there is Realms, Muffin Man, Solo 88, Youngin, Driver 8. Are there more titles? KP, you know what? I have the Youngins is coming out. Thirst is coming out, and she's coming out. And let me tell you, is already done. Thirst is completely finished. All the pages are done. I have 10 variant covers for it, all colored up and looking beautiful. The reason why I'm not putting out the Thirst until January is because I was trying to see if I could get my fan base up a little more. I was supposed to put Thirst out in July, and it was going to have 10 variant covers, and it was going to be simply amazing. But the problem is, when you're only raising $2,000 or $2,400 on your crowdfunding, and you're trying to make something so spectacular, it kind of puts the steam out of you. But let me tell you what's coming up. You did name pretty much all the books. The Thirst is going to be coming out, and I don't know if Jerry Jones put it in there, but he did not. But also, um, this one called Ms. Vengeance is going to be coming out by him as well, which is going to be absolutely sick. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, that's going to come out, and the Realms graphic is going to be coming out as well. The Realms graphic novel, which is going to be basically all three of the Realms comic books, 1, 2, and 3, and it's going to have 7, 8 additional pages never seen before. with the meeting of Elysium and the Elder Thunderbringer are going to meet. KP, I hope you've been, you have been keeping up because you've been pretty good. I hope you know who the Imperial Battle Gods are. And you probably heard me talk about the Sinister as Queen before. All these books are going to intertwine. All of these books are going to. Every book is going to, because when the Hunt for Amanda come out, which was supposed to come out December, but since the sales have been pretty low with Limitless Comics, I decided to pull back on that. But the Hunt for Amanda is going to be an 8-part limited series. The Sinister as Queen is coming to our universe, and she's bringing the Imperial Battle Gods. She's been around before time was even known to be time. She's the all powerful, all great entity, and you're gonna love her, man. She has the Imperial Battle Gods, which are like the 5 strongest beings in the universe. She has Damnation, which is this giant creature that lands on the planet and sucks the life out of all the inhabitants of the planet and becomes this giant, massive being and feeds off the planet. It's kind of like Galactus. And then you have the Beast from the Deep. He's basically controls all the aquatic worlds and oceans and all cosmic oceans on every planet. He like dominates and rules them all. He's like super strong. He's almost like a I forgot the name of the guy who used to fight Submariner, Ultima. He's like super powerful because our oceans are deep, but there's oceans on planets that are 10 times deeper than our deepest ocean, and he lives there. So when he comes up, his strength is immeasurable. I mean, this guy, I'm talking, lifting 100 tons with ease. The guy's like a beast. Basically, doesn't control animals or anything like that, or control water. He's just super strong, basically. Um, and then you have the Elder Thunderbringer, which is the grandfather of the orphan child god in the realms. Keep an eye out for this guy. He controls like the thunder and so on, and he's very powerful and mostly relies on the strength from the cosmic storms and stuff like that. But the main one, the Imperial Battle God, is Mr. Oblivion. This guy is freaking amazing. He can break stars with his bare hand. He can rip stars apart. He is definitely. Do you know the gladiator that was on in the Imperial Shi'ar planet? That guy with the mohawk. He's basically someone like him times 10. The guy is limitless with power. But although he is that strong, he chooses not to because he loves the battle. He loves the fight. He thirsts for fighting and war, one-on-one combat. So he never uses his full power, although he could just basically destroy the planet Earth if he wants to, no problem. But he kind of wants to see the best that the world has to offer to challenge him, Mr. Oblivion. And whatever happens, you'll find out what happens when you don't put Mr. in front of his name. When you call him Oblivion, it's not going to be a pretty thing. Make sure you put Mr. on. And then there is the Sinister as Queen. I can't even tell you nothing about her. She's just the baddest of the baddest. So basically, what's going to happen is Gotcha is coming. So you want to keep your eye out for that character, Gotcha. Gotcha is a cybernetic time traveling bounty hunter. All right. Basically, future. He's from around her time. He's basically going to time slip over to our world and follow the hive that's here, find out what's going on, and end up sticking around here, kind of liking this planet, dealing with things. He's kind of a pain in the ass, but for some reason he's going to be kind of cool with Solo 88, and he's going to start warning them, listen, the Queen's coming. You got about 2 years and your planet is going to be wiped out. You're not gonna have a chance. Not with the Sinister's Queen and the Imperial Battle Gods. So what's going to happen is he is from 200 years in the future. He has knowledge of cybernetic technology that we can only dream of. While he's here, he's going to help Solo 88, Team 88 with awesome cybernetic weapons, powers, show him all this stuff, tell him all about the Oblivion, Elder Thunderbringer, Beast in the Deep, Damnation, give him all the information, everything, and it's going to try to build him up. Meanwhile, they're going to be making allies with the Muffin Man and all of that. But get ready, KP. Yes, he can even time slip into the realms. So what's going to happen is, since the realms is like 20 times bigger than the planet Earth, much more playing field, the Sinisterous Queen is supposed to hit there first because she's noticing this big power of influx of energy, and she thrives off of that. So what's going to happen is all the characters from planet Earth are going to go into the realms. So you're going to have the Muffin Man, Solo 88, Boss Ton, Gatherline 3, Albino Scorpion, the Youngins, Thirst. They're all going to be in the realms, and all the characters from the realms are going to get together and make a final stand to stop the Sinister's Queen there in the realms. Oh my gosh. It's going to be an 8-part limited series. It's going to be amazing. What's going to happen is, from the first issue 1 through 6, each issue is going to deal with one Imperial battle god fighting a group of people. So you're going to have Mr. Oblivion will probably be fighting Boss Ton, Muffin Man, Elysium, and Goo the Great. And then the next issue, you'll have Damnation fighting Muster, the Fat Witch in the Darkened Forest, the Black Goblin King, the Malicious Millipede, and Little Miss Patty Cakes. And then the next one, so it's going to go like that all the way up until issue 6. And then the last 2 issues are going to be when they're all fighting together against the Sinister's Queen to destroy her. And the good thing about this, some of the good characters I have, some of the good guys are going to become bad guys out of fear. They're going to switch, start snitching, start ratting people out. Some of the bad people are just going to realize this just isn't right to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. And they're going to be switching to the good to help. So it's going to be a whole thing going on. And after that, it's going to be a whole mix-up in the Limitless comic universe. Some characters from the realms are going to come to Earth. Some from Earth are going to stay in the realms. Some of the Imperial Battle Gods and some of them might stick around. Some are going to fall in love. It's going to be crazy. So much going on, KP. So much going on. It's just going to be a whole big alphabet soup of butt kicking. But the thing is, I need to make sure that my crowdfundings are no lower than $2,800 in order to pull these things off. If I can't raise that amount of money, I gotta keep pushing the books back until I get that type of fan base. And I don't like to do that, but that's what I really have to do. I have to continue to stall on the books. Like Muffin Man 2 and Solo 88 2 should have been out already. Realms graphic novel should have been out already. But due to the fundings I'm having, I got to keep pushing the books back. Now, The Youngins is coming out in November. The Youngins and Wiry Wong Solo 88 Weapons and Armory. Them two are coming out together, and I'm hoping I can be able to raise about $2,500 with both of them books. And if I can do that, that'll be great. Some of the money from there, I can pay off one of the artists to get some more stuff done. But it's really a difficult time for Limitless Comics, especially with all the young guns coming out. And I see a lot of people, people tell me, hey, well, this guy's making $4,000. This guy's making $5,000. Didn't you know this guy? Well, why is this guy? This guy's book isn't that good. Well, I don't really like that kind of game too much. It's like this. It really doesn't matter how good your book is. It's how big the people are who are going to spread the word about you. Now, KP, what I mean is, I'm doing my comic book, and if I have Jerry Jones helping me get the word out and Larry Long, that's good. But you have some people who have a comic book company, and they have six people working on that comic book. The six people working on that comic book are all posting on their page, all telling their friends, going on YouTube Live, going on people's podcasts. So each of them get about 45 people each, about 40 people each. So if you get 40 times 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, so you get about 200 people, well, pretty much, that will support and back them. Where I'm pretty much almost like, me and Jerry, what little people we know, and we pretty much have like the same friends. So we try to get out there more and more, but it doesn't really work that well with us. So it's not because our book is not that good. It's not because their book is better than ours. It's because of who they know. And also, some people books are better than ours. But it's because of who they know. And if I had a much bigger fan base, and Jerry had a much bigger fan base, and Joe Galicia and Ben Jakal and Wari Wong, we had a bigger fan base. And if everyone posted about Limitless Comics, please support, do this, do that, it might bring in more people. But my friends are basically Jerry's friends. So Jerry has 35 friends that pledge. I have about 35 friends that will pledge. No, Jerry has about 10 people that I don't maybe know that will pledge, and I probably know 10. But the rest of the people we know, I never get over 70 people pledging for any of my crowdfunding. I get 60, 50, 60, 70, which thank God for that, because putting out 70 freaking packages is a killer. Can't do that. And so that's basically what goes on with that. And but I really don't really, it doesn't really affect me too much. Some people will be mad and upset about it. And I know there's some people out there laughing, ha ha ha, our book is better than Limitless Comics. Ha ha ha. We showed him, we're better than him. We raised more money than him in such a short amount of time. It's good. I'm happy for everyone. As long as you're doing the right thing and making comic books, God bless you. But there's one saying that um, I came across, or I think Mr. X told me, Mr. X, cool guy from Mr. X Comics, I don't have to focus on beating these people. I don't have to focus on beating them or being better than them. I just have to outlast them. That's all I have to do. And I have enough stories here that I have a, I have about this much books, no, of notebooks of about 200 pages each, filled with stories back from in the 90s. I have about 100 gigabytes of storylines and stories and books. Let me show you something. Just let me show you while you're here. Hope you're still here with me. Oh, well, someone else will watch it tomorrow, but let me show you something, just so you can kind of take a little peek of what I'm saying. These these are all my stories. These are all the stories I write. These are all stories I write. Okay, all stories. All right, let me show you something. Let me open up one and show you something on this so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You ready for this? Let me look for the Twilight Detective, this storyline. Twilight Detective. That's a pretty cool one, by the way. All right, I'm going to open up the Twilight Detective. I opened up the Twilight Detective. Okay, this is it. The Twilight Detective. You ready? This is this is what I do. This is the Twilight Detective. See all the writing? Look at this. This is all from one thing. And through this, I have 10 to 15 issues. Look at this. This is just one writing I did. This is about maybe about 50. Look at this. I can keep going. You see how you can see the line over there? This is all from the Twilight Detective. This is actually 15 issues, and I have about seven. I have about seven of these from the Twilight Detective. You see that? So that's just from that one book, Twilight Detective. That's about 15. And here's another Twilight Detective as well too. You see this one? This is another Twilight Detective, and this is about 15. This is probably about another 15 issues. So I have about 30 issues of this Twilight Detective story that I'm looking to put out soon. I have about 20 stories to the Muffin Man, 20 to Realms, 30 to Solo 88, about 10 to Thirst. I have thousands of countless of stories. So, hey, Kick One, how's it going? Good to see you on, brother. So I'm just explaining to people that Mr. X from Mr. X Comics told me, don't worry about being better than these people. Don't worry about being better than these comic book companies that are selling thousands of books. Don't try to be better than their artists or their storyline or their colorist. Just outlast them. Outlast them. And there's some people who have a dynamite. I'm good. Great to see you. Great seeing you too, man. Good to see. I've never heard from you in a while. So good seeing you. I've been on Twitter a lot. Haven't seen you on much, but great seeing you. Um, I'm in this game for the long haul. I have hundreds of stories and hundreds of characters. I have characters I can show you guys that you guys would pass out at that you wouldn't believe. I have. Okay, I'll show you something else. So you guys are getting deep inside of this thing here. You ready for this? This is my cliff notes and stuff. These are all the characters that I have already. See this? These are all characters that I have. That I already have them drawn out. All these are characters that I have drawn out and written out with their origins. All of them. Okay? And that's just some of them. I have the World Killer, Frontier, Fragment. Let me see what else. Anonymity, Glacier, Old Glory, Tranquility, The Hell Dwellers, Folklore, Telephone's Cool, the Excavator. I have them all. I have so many. Sut, I have the Hexer, I have Gale, Wind, Madam Toxin. I have them all. Miss Everest Woven, Spine Pullers, Shimmy. I have a whole tons of characters, and I have them all drawn out in all their origins as well. So I don't really, I don't really mind because I'm going to outlast everybody. I'm going to pretty much, I. Well, I tell you this. Let me see. Hey Tony, okay, it doesn't take much to be better than them now, Tony. The lack of talent and the push by activists is staggering. You can do more than outlast. Oh, thank you. Well, I have a lot of people that come to me and say, "Hey, it's this company, man. They only been out a year or two, man, and they made $600 more than your crowdfunding." And I'm like, I'm happy for them. You see, I'm not on here to fight and to argue and to battle and to compare. All I have to do is stay focused, like Kick, just focus and continue on my quest of being and finishing the race. I just have to keep going. They can. Oh my God! They finished the race in 32.6 seconds. He finished it in 39. He finished it in 44. It's good. I just want to finish it because when I finish it, I'm going to leave behind a legacy of books that are going to be absolutely amazing. You know, and when I have people like Rudy Ao and Wiley Wong doing awesome work like this, you know, I can't thank them enough. I can't thank them enough. You know, I love it. I don't know if a lot of people know that, by the way. I don't know if a lot of people know this, by the way. Yeah, I drew this cover I drew this cover back in 19. Oh my God, I think it was 97. I drew this cover. Unbelievable. I can't believe I drew that cover. Okay. Um, Keep putting out material, crowdfunding increase in funding every book. Increase it. Yeah, but you're absolutely right about that. The only thing is leg kick. What got me is that I remember when I used to watch Dan Fraga, I used to watch EVS, and I used to watch Shay, and I used to watch your boy Zach, and I used to watch a lot of them, and I love them. But the thing is, there's so many people riding their ass every day that when someone who's been in the game for 15, 20 years and have a decent book with decent stories, decent characters, decent creators, and a decent company, it's hard to get through all of these people who are, hey, I'm going to start a book. I was wondering, can you do this? Can you do this? You know what? I just said that just now. Like, kick you back to Buffy Man on Indiegogo. Do you know what happened? Do you know how long ago that was? I'm going to show you guys. I don't want to say nothing bad about Indiegogo. I just got the money 2.5 weeks ago. Not even 2.5 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. This is the second time I've done a crowdfunding with Indiegogo. The first one was like 5.5 weeks, and the other one was like 6 weeks for me to get the money. And I have to keep calling them, and I have to speak to this person and speak to this person. So what I will do, I'm gonna get on. I think I got two people's, but yours I will definitely get out. I'm going to go on. I got fed up with Indiegogo. I said that's it. I'm not dealing with Indiegogo no more. But thank you. I wish I would have raised more on that. And another thing, like Kick, I do try to do the Indiegogo a lot, but it seems um, when I'm on the Indiegogo and so many awesome people out there, just so many are out there, and so many talented people who work for the mainstream media are now taking their talents onto Indiegogo. So it's like yeah, I'm like a pebble. I'm like a speck of sand in an ocean. Um, in the Indiegogo, it's I can't I get when I do a crowdfunding on Kickstarter, I get anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000 or more. But when I go to Indiegogo, I make $200, $300. I don't make much on there because it's just so many it's so many people. They have the night shift, the dead this people, and all these comic books are coming out on Indiegogo, and it's so hard to 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 get noticed on Indiegogo unless you have freaking a really really kick-ass comic book, or you have Dan Frago or EVS or your boy Zach pushing you and say, "Listen, guys, purchase this book, man. It's kind of good." I've seen EVS and I've seen them talk about a book, and I go, "Wow, man, why the hell can't they say something about my book?" Huh. But it's hard. And then people say, "Well, weather the storm." But I'm going to be honest with you, Leg Kick. I don't want to hunt these people down. I don't want to hunt them down. I want them to see what I can do. I want them to acknowledge me. A couple of years ago, I got Eric Lawson, who came to my page and see some of my work and said, "Hey, good work, brother, looking good." I've had Thielbert, that name, he said it. Michael Golden said it, one of my big icon heroes from Marvel. These over the years, not all at once, but and Norman Lee, who passed away, thank God. I mean, my God, God bless him. I mean, not thank God, but thank God that I got to talk to him because I was actually supposed to go meet Norman Lee the week after his vacation, which unfortunately, due to the situation, when he went on vacation, he drowned. Norman Lee was an amazing inker. Let me see. Establish your YouTube channel and get the other channel. Shay like your book, and so did Dan. Yeah, and I talked to Shay. I talked to Shay a couple of times, and it's just really see. Yeah, I know Michael Golden. All right, you want to know something? I've been collecting comic books since forever. I've been collecting comic books since 1982. I've been collecting comic books. Um, Michael Golden, Avengers Annual 10, first appearance of Rogue, when she dismantled Miss Marvel. That's the book that basically got me really into writing. I think it came out in 80 something. Writing and drawing comic books. That one comic book. Michael Golden is my hero, and so is John Byrne, Terry Austin, Bob Bob Layton. Them are my icons and my heroes. Simon Beasley just did cover for the Lost Page. See, I don't have the money to pay these people, and you know what? Like people always tell me, "Hey, you got Rudy Ao, Rudy, and Rudy has a good following." But people say, "Hey, you gotta get one of the big gun people," but I don't actually have the type of money since I've been out of work since March. I've been out of work, and I don't have the real money to. I actually been collecting comic books longer than you since '79. Well, I should have been collecting them, and I'm stupid because I didn't collect them. My cousin collected them. I used to go over his house and see him, and I used to take a couple, but then I ended up throwing them away. But because I don't know, I was stealing his marbles more than anything. But he had tons of comic books, tons of comic books. You want to hear something that's gonna make you shimmy? I sold to a gentleman named Thomas Braxton Hulk 181. I sold it for $5 to him. I sold it to him. I had two of them. I can't. The other one, I think I don't know, got destroyed, whatever. But the other one, he liked it because he wanted to be Wolverine, and I sold it to him for $5. Um, because I kind of wanted the money to buy more Avenger books. Because I really didn't care too much about that. Talk to Dan Fraga about going to Jack Kirby's house. Talk to Dan Fraga about going to Jack Kirby's house. Jack Kirby? Whew. Jack Kirby's house. Wow. Holy crap. Can't imagine. I wouldn't even know what to say. I'm choking. You said that Jack Kirby house. My gosh. You know, leg kick. I will definitely. Dan is an awesome dude. He supports and pushes so many people, and he's got his stuff out. He's doing Gray and Inktober. He always says he likes my stuff. He really likes it, and I know he did. And I'm happy for him. But I just don't. He went there with Ross Welcome. Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That is probably one of the coolest things ever. Um, when I was in Japan, my wife took me to her family known Tetsuya, a Japanese manga, one of the original, like the Jack Kirby uh, comics. He was like the Jack Kirby, like of that of manga. He passed away, but I went to his place and seen it, and it was amazing. To see things like this is simply outstanding. I would love to do that. I feel that Jack Kirby was definitely one of the most amazing. Him and Stan Lee. I don't. Everyone always say, "Well, forget Stan Lee. Stan Lee ripped him off. Forget Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby." I don't care if they both. If it wasn't for either one of them, we wouldn't probably be talking today. You know, my grandmother gave away my dad's Superman 1 to my God. Oh, you want to hear something? You want to hear something? Listen to this. I used to live at my aunt's house, and my aunt, my cousin, who books I used to collect, um, I used to steal books from him when I in the 70s. All his books. Are you ready for this? Check this out. She had her basement redone over. All the comic books were in these wooden boxes. I didn't even freaking know it. But this was back in 83. The junk removal people came, and she lived a street over from my grandmother, where we used to live. I went there and seen them doing it. And I said, Auntie, them are Michael's comics. And she said, yeah. I said, can I have them? She said, well, it's too late. She had like two cast iron um, tubs down there, and they're junk removal. So they paid her to take all the stuff away. And I remember this guy smiling ear to ear when he was loading the crates, the three big crates of comic books onto the big truck. I tried. I was like, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, Mister. Can I see the comic books?" He just shut the door. And let me tell you something. I can't. I never forget that day. I will never forget that day. Never. I was young. I was 14 or 15. Yeah, something like that. About 15, 14 or 15. And there were like three guys. They were like Irish guys, had the overalls on, a scully kind of hat. One was smoking, and I couldn't really say anything to him. But I said, why didn't you give me a book? She said, oh, you wouldn't want the book. You ain't got no place for them. I didn't know, but I know that he had books. He was way older than me, and I know them books were easily, because I was getting books from him when I used to go to his house in 70, like before the blizzard, 78, so 77, he would have stacks of comic books, but I never really, I didn't care. I just cared about the marbles. And he had these yo-yos that used to light up. I used to love them. I didn't care about the comic books, but he had stacks of them. And some of them I know he had them from way back. Man, I'm telling you, leg kick boy, we stink. Superman 1, do you know where you would be right now? You'll probably have me help clean your house or something like that. That's absolutely amazing. That's the craziest thing in the world. Um, I have about, I have about, I gotta have about 15,000 comic books. Yeah, I do. But I stopped collecting comic books back in when Spawn was like on issue 3. I stopped, but I have tons of Spider-Man 361, 360, 363, 362. I have boatloads of them. I have boatloads of I have about, yeah, because I knew that they were going to do something. I don't know, just Carnage was coming. I knew that they were going to do something. My dad, when he was in the Navy, went on mothballed ship. He got memorabilia from those ships from World War II and sent them to his house. My grandfather, oh my gosh, oh man, mm, unbelievable. You know what I got? Oh, you know what I want to do when I stopped around 2000 when said the. You know what? What do you think? Let me tell you something. I think Valiant Comics was an absolutely amazing book. Valiant Comics, the only thing they failed to do, their artists, they had just like when Jim Shooter did Defiant Comics, they didn't create big, bulky heroes. They had the human figure one. That's the one thing I really didn't like about Valiant Comics. And they could be making tons more money. Valiant could, but they're artists. They don't let their artists like draw, you know. And Defiant Comic, when Jim Shooter took over, I was trying to get in contact with him about 4 or 5 months ago. Jim Shooter, I don't know, I like the guy what he was doing with Marvel. Defiant just kind of went down the tubes. Just a lot of the stories were trying to have meanings and make sure you eat your vegetables. Ah, shut up, vegetables. Cut someone's head off. That's what we wanted. So yeah, Joe Quesada came in there. He had a run of something I think on Daredevil, and then they made him like God for some reason. And I didn't really like that really. I talked with Jim Shooter 2019. Jim, very interesting guy. He helped create a book called Slow City Blues. Yeah, I think he. I'm sorry that I know there's difficulties with him in Marvel, but I don't think he really had to rise from there. I don't think he rose up anymore after that. I think it was pretty much a almost put the nails in the coffin. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought that's what was going to happen with Image Comics. Jim Lee, Wiley, Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri, Eric Lawson. I said these guys freaking screwed themselves. Their books are gonna tank. And unfortunately, a lot of them did. There's only like three really left doing it, right? Because Jim Lee sold his company and took off with DC. He was a smart man to do that. Um, Todd McFarlane, we're gonna have to talk to about. And Eric Lawson. I think Eric Lawson's kind of hanging on with the. I know a lot of people who stopped collecting Savage Dragon because they don't like the artwork really anymore. They don't like. They don't. I know he's hanging on. He's probably trying to get the 200 and 300 and 400 mark with. But he's got to kind of revamp that a little bit, man. The Savage Dragons all over the place. Marvel Knights, Casetta brought and Benjas and Spiral. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Um, there's a couple of artists I really didn't take to like a lot of people did. Um, I didn't. I was getting tired of the uh, what was it? It was what was this thing? I mean, I like Mark Silvestri. I kind of liked his work. It was good. Wasn't really him. There was another one though. And I really wasn't digging their work too much, and they got too much of a bigger push. But definitely, Joker said that is definitely one. He definitely got a big push, and I was just like, what for? What for? What for? And also, I don't know why John Burns stopped really with Marvel. I think that John Burns can revise any titles. He revised X Men. He revised the Fantastic Four. He was killing it with Alpha Flight. I think Alpha Flight would have been amazing if he would have stayed on the Alpha Flights. Unfortunately, he tanked off to go do something else. He did Next 10 or something like that. I never even collected the book. He did like I didn't collect the book. Let's see, Marvel Knights. Todd McFarlane. I know his brother-in-law and a friend of mine. Todd was cool. He had a comic shop here, and his brother-in-law. Jim Valentino. I'm sorry, I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it. I wasn't feeling him. Good going, Lake King. You're good. I wasn't feeling him. Uh, right, Perez, Mars, Wolfman, and Burns. Oh my God, they were my freaking heroes. I got all the Teen Titans that George Perez did. I have my X Men starting from from 98, where the Sentinels grabbing the building. Yeah. So I have like 98, 99, 100, 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have the 108. I have that's where Burns started taking over. And yeah. I have Rise of the Phoenix thing with 101, 108. I got all of them books, man. The 131s, the 141s, the 136. I got the oh my gosh, got them all. But yeah, Perez retired last year. But the SJW editor, he got sick of them. Yeah, and I thought he was having some problem with his hands, arthritis or something like that. He couldn't draw. I mean, Jesus, he was drawing more characters on a freaking page than most people doing the whole book. So you got to give it up to that guy. He was freaking amazing. Um, oh yeah. I heard it was health issues too on that one. I would love to have Michael Golden do a cover for me just to know that he did a cover, but I think he charges like $400 or something like that, right? I couldn't, you know, yeah, I couldn't really, you know, I would love to. Michael Golden. I talked to, I can't really pronounce his name good, but Walter Simonson, the guy who did Thor. Hey, great talking to you too. You know what? I'm about to wrap this up. I've been here over an hour and 1 minute. So I'm about to wrap it up. Like Kick, thank you so much. I'm gonna be messaging you this week about getting books out to you. Great talking to you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I don't know who else is on. 5 more people, but they're not messaging. But I thank you so much for stopping by. You have a wonderful night, brother. All right? Take care. Let Kick. All right, brother. Anyone else on here before I get out? I know my man KP was in the house. I thank him so much. And I thank you guys for coming on and staying around and listening to me run my mouth. Just showing once again some awesome books. Solo 88. Um, love the books. I got the Valkyrie covers. I have the awesome blank covers. I have the awesome foil cover of that. And I have the regular cover of it. And already. Ooh, can't get enough of that one. Yeah. I'm not a KP. Thanks for hanging around and drawing, man. I wish there was a way I could pull you in so I could see what you were doing, but I don't really know how to do this. I don't know how to pull people in, you know. I don't know how to do that, so I think I'm gonna have to eventually find that out. Add moderator. I don't know. Hide user on this. Put user in time. Um, I'm gonna find out how to pull people in on this, and I'll get it going. I'll get it going eventually. I just don't know how to do it yet. Participants. So, but don't worry. I'll I'll get it going later on. But listen, everyone, have a wonderful time. KP, thanks for stopping by. Everyone else who stopped by, probably some people looking who don't want to say their names and stuff. It's all right though. We're all family. Like I said, I got no beef with nobody, man. I just want to make great comic books, great art, tell cool stories, have a couple of margaritas with someone, and enjoy. And I will be doing shows starting next year. So KP, I don't know what state you live in. If you live in East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, um, South, but I'm going to be doing a lot of East Coast shows and branching out from there. Probably start going down south a little bit to do it. All depends on how the COVID situation is there. You know, I'm a big boy, so like I don't want to go down there and catch COVID and end up dying or something like that. My wife would kill me if I die. Well, it's Tony from Limitless Comics. Listen, Youngins book number 1 is coming out, and Wiry Wong Solo 88 Weapons and Armory book number 1 is coming out to Kickstarters first week of November. Make sure you guys get the word out about that. Let people know it's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it. Why we want to put a lot of work into this book. It's amazing. Plus, you get the 10-page promo of Chaos in the Amazon when Solo 88 goes up against a mighty 65-foot, 60-ton Sherman tank built looking war droid. It's going to be hot. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be limitless. If you guys have any questions, please drop the comments down below. If you know it, haven't subscribed, subscribe now. It's free to do. Um, Starting up this week, I'll be doing more of these, and I'll be starting to do some giveaways when I'm here. I'll start giving away some Muffin Mans and some stuff. So if you're on like leg kick, I'm probably gonna give you guys something, you and KP. So next time I speak to you guys, I'm gonna hook up and most likely give you guys a book. Of course, you guys will probably have to pay a few bucks for shipping and handling. You know, I haven't been working since March. It's a long story. COVID. Um, I'm watching you from abroad. Keep up the creating. Wishing you continued success. KP, thank you so much. Love you. Love all you guys. I will, and you keep drawing, keep doing it. Send me something that you're working on. Let me take a look at it. All right. Y'all have a wonderful night. Take care. Thanks once again. It's been a pleasure. My name's Anthony Moore from Limitless Comics. I'll be doing this a little bit more, at least a couple of times a week. Stay safe, stay cool, draw hard, and stay limitless. All right? I'm out, people. Wish I had some exit music, but I actually don't. So I'm going to go. All right, just going to push this button and see what it does. That one is oh, I know what that was. Okay. All right, ciao. Bye.